What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James Shoe.com,
and we got a big movie tonight.
Couple big movies.
Shallows, Blake Lively, but this video is about
Independence Day Resurgence.
Part 2.
Part 2, Independence
96.
Day.
Where were you? Were you born yet?
I was 5 years old. I was 5 years old. And I don't really have a great recollection of the first movie. I don't have this love for this movie like some people do. Even though we were just talking, I never heard this huge like picketing for that we need another Independence Day. You know, but 90s babies are all about things that were in the 90s, and we always want 90s stuff. So why not? Why not bring back the old gang? I really have no expectation going to this movie. I'm hoping visual effects is where they really kind of focus their attention. Vivica A. Fox, I hope they focus their attention on her because she's probably going to be the best thing about this movie because she's amazing and beautiful and lovely. Will Smith's honey from the first one. Will Smith ain't coming back.
Stripper.
We have Jeff Goldblum, Brent Spiner. We have Bill Pullman. Yeah, there you go. We have pretty much everyone coming back.
Everybody but Will Smith.
Everyone but Will Smith. Everyone who's not been really doing much lately are coming back for Independence Day. It's true. Got to interview the cast at CinemaCon. You can check that video up right there in that white eye. Everyone was really nice. Everyone was really positive about the movie. Bringing back Roland Emmerich as well to direct this movie. So I don't know. I'm hoping for a good action sci-fi. I know you have a little bit more attachment to Independence Day.
Well, I was born in '82, so I was 14, and I love the film. I've seen it on VHS. If you don't know what that is, probably
when in '82?
June 20.
Oh, happy belated, good sir.
But I've seen that movie, without exaggeration, like 100 times on VHS.
Independence Day?
Yeah. Me and my sister used to watch it. I used to watch it at the motel all day. I love Independence Day. When they announced that they're really gonna do a part 2, I got jacked. Today's the day. I'm jacked, bro.
Did you watch Independence Day recently?
Yeah, for the rewatch, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Still love it.
I
loved it.
Yeah, you loved it?
So it's
doing a movie a day. I didn't get to sit down and rewatch Independence Day, but you know, and now I'm like kind of like I should go back and rewatch that movie and see if I will enjoy it like I remember enjoying it. But it wasn't a movie, like I said, it's not a movie that I absolutely loved. But hopefully the sequel is good. I mean, bringing everyone back and the technology that we have, I'm hoping that it's something quite exciting.
How long is the movie?
2 hours.
You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, so we just got out of Independence Day Resurgence. If you had to assume, what do you think I'm gonna say?
I would say you're gonna give it in between. I'm gonna say like it'll be like, what is your scale? Loved it? Good?
The highest?
Yeah. Tell me your scale again. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. Loved it.
I would say good.
I'm gonna have to say it was after very good, right before I loved it. Actually, I might have loved it.
Really?
Yeah, I thought the movie was just its perfect amount of cheese. It doesn't take itself serious. It's just a popcorn blockbuster flick, and I think I loved it, bro. Like the whole time, I enjoyed myself, you know. And it's not gonna win Oscars or anything like that, And to me, it was just Jeff Goldblum was exactly the same character that what Jeff Goldblum, and sometimes people may even make jokes, you know. That's him. You know, and the new characters I was fine with. Liam Hemsworth, I thought it was fine. The Will Smith's son, I thought he was fine. I don't even know his real name.
I want to say it's like Jesse something. I don't know off the top of my head.
Maybe
Louis Vuitton will be assistants and help us look it up while you're talking.
Love it. And then the girlfriend of Liam Hemsworth reminded me of the one from Jurassic World.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
A young Bryce Dallas Howard for some reason.
Okay,
I don't know why.
That.
Just did though.
I think she kind of reminded me of Kate Mara a little bit.
That's fine too.
Yeah, you know.
That's fine too. But yeah, the movie, they had its old score that brought that back. Bill Pullman was lame at the beginning. I think my favorite.
Bill Pullman was lame.
I think my favorite line in the movie was when Brent Spiner, Data from Star Trek Next Generation, said that I got to bring you to sickbay. You know, because that was a nod to Star Trek Next Generation. If you're not a Trekkie, you didn't know.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, when he said sickbay, that was for Star Trek fans, and I was just like, woo! I know it's lame, but I don't care. No, the movie, it was fun. You know, it's not gonna be probably not even be top 10 of the year for me. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. Honestly, I have no complaints about it. I had fun.
Well, since June is technically ending right now, right? This is our last week of June because next week, June 1st is Friday, or July 1st is Friday. So this would be the 6-month mark. Would it be in your top 5 of the year so far?
Like right now,
You
it
don't
probably
know.
is. It
Oh, okay.
probably is. You know, because I haven't had a lot of films I like. Because I can read, the top 3 is Civil War or
Zootopia.
and Finding Dory.
Okay.
You know, so I just loved those movies. Those are la la la. You know, so but see that's why I didn't love this film, but I thought it was very good. Yeah, okay, it was very good because I loved those films.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this movie was very good to me, and I don't want anyone to be like. I loved it because it was just fun, and I feel like they know exactly what they are, and then it was so cheesy. There's so much cheese in this movie, and I think because I have so much nostalgia for this film too.
Yeah.
That's why I loved it. You know, so I think if someone else watches it, they're like, this is so cheesy, but you have to kind of want that. I wanted that, honestly.
My argument to that is I think there's good level of cheese and then there's bad level of cheese, and this was kind of bad cheese.
Rotten for you? Well, all cheese is technically rotten.
Rotten for you? Yeah, it's true.
Technically, all cheese is rotten anyway.
I didn't hate this movie. I wouldn't even say I necessarily disliked it. I just kind of feel very indifferent about it. I don't think there was much for me to grasp. Like, story-wise, everything's really rushed.
Yes.
Like, it's just like, let's get the friggin' aliens in there and let's get everyone, in ships and starting to shoot everything. And, there's no, I don't feel a threat. Like, I remember at Independence Day discovering these aliens and being terrified of what they were. There's none of that in this movie. It's just like, those things are coming back. We got to take care of them, and they just run around frantically to kind of express their fear. You know, we see these huge cities get demolished and things like that. But I don't know if we've talked about this before, but when you destroy huge cities, it still doesn't make that impact of showing a carload of people dying or showing these real intimate attacks. And I think that movie suffers from that because it just wants to get all that done so we could get towards the ending climax. I think that everyone in this movie did all right. I think Brent Spiner, he was probably my favorite character from the movie. I thought he did a very good job. I wasn't crazy about Will Smith. Jesse T. Usher. I knew it was Jesse something. Jesse T. Usher. I wasn't a fan of him. I felt like he came off very ingenuine a lot in the movie. Chris Hemsworth was just kind of doing his thing.
No. Not Chris.
Or Liam Hemsworth.
Don't disrespect Thor.
Yeah. You're right. Because Liam knows how to pick better movies. No, I'm just kidding. Because this is not that great either. I just didn't have this affection for this movie. I couldn't get excited. I couldn't get pumped. I didn't feel threatened. I didn't feel like I was in this really intense action sequence. It was just kind of a lot of things flying around, a lot of green lasers going all over the place. I don't know, and I felt I thought the visuals were good. I think we did visuals good. There were a few parts where the visual,
yeah,
they were not
no, there
money
was
thing.
a couple
There
hours
wasn't, what?
yeah. Remember they ran out of the budget again.
Yeah. What?
The interns. Interns.
I mean, but it's very small, nowhere near as much as the other movie, or X-Men Apocalypse, where it was very, evident in future scenes. Only a few moments
we
here.
found out that those interns were for the community college.
Yeah,
it wasn't even the major university.
They were picking the high school broadcast kids up. But and then, I don't want to get into. I don't really want to do spoilers, but this movie made the same mistake. I think the very final Hunger Games movie made when a pretty
the second
important
to last
character,
or the final?
The final.
Okay.
Where a semi-important character meets an end, and it is done so afar that we don't feel any emotion about it whatsoever. And I think that was a really big mistake because I think this is a character that people actually really liked. And then especially how they're building up what that character's doing and trying to do before that end is met. I'm trying to be really vague. But when that happens, you're just kind of that's how we're going to film it. I thought filming-wise, it really took all emotion out of that scene because I thought I was going to be very, very upset about it. But I didn't feel anything because it was just shot so far away and not so, when you see things far away, you're not as intimately there. You don't see that pain right there. But this movie, no, well, go on.
I was gonna say before we started rolling, you mentioned that you don't think there's gonna be a part 3.
I don't know.
I think so.
I really doubt, and I would be glad to be proved wrong. Bless you. I'd be glad to be proved wrong, but I just don't see the need for this movie.
No. That's not whether we need it. It's just whether it does well at the box office.
That's what I mean.
I think it'll do well.
I think these movies, I don't know if it'll do that well.
I think it'll do well.
I think honestly,
worldwide anyway.
Yeah, worldwide, I don't think it'll do bad, but I don't think it'll do enough where they're like, oh, I think we should risk it again. You know, I honestly think this movie's going to compete with Shallows. Like, I honestly think Shallows will give it a run for its money, because that's the movie everyone wants to talk about. I don't get people coming up to me and saying, "Hey, did you see the new Independent? People, have you seen The Shallows? Like, how's The Shallows?" So I'm really interested in seeing how people react to this, or how much money this movie pulls in. If they make another one, I'm cool with that. They totally set themselves up. But I have a feeling we're going to have Terminator Genesis all over again. Because that movie did not awful, but it did well. It doesn't look like that's coming back either. So, and I don't think even this movie has that kind of pull. Like, I think for some people, they're like, oh yeah, I'll check that out when it comes out. You know, I like the first one, but I don't think it's like, man, I really want to see this Independence Day 2. I don't know. That's just me. That's just how I feel, because I haven't had that interaction, you know. But I'm sure there are a lot of people like you who really love the first one and really want to see a sequel. I just don't know how many of you there are. But like, I just couldn't get emotionally connected to any of these characters. I mean, Bill Pullman was all right, you know.
Goofy.
He was goofy, but he like had like the one like, when you were saying cheesy, the one cheesy thing that happened, Bill Pullman did. And, you know, it was like the transformation part. I'll just say that kind of like vaguely. Well, he shaves his beard. And I was just like, ooh, he's shaving his beard. It's getting real. You know, like, that's kind of cheesy that I'm in. But like, this kind of cheesy is just, it's not believable, and it's not something that you could really get attached to. I mean, I watched it. It didn't feel like it dragged. It didn't feel like it took forever. But it was just kind of like, we're all kind of rushing to that end. And when we get there, it's like, all right, see ya. See you next time.
If they do make a part 3, we obviously have an idea of what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I think that might be pushing it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, like...
But see, I love it, because it's like, honestly, it's stupid.
No, they needed a little bit more of a budget, because they were like running out of this one. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just... I thought that we were going to be, you know, really kind of... expanding what we are, like, as far as the alien races and things like that. Like, I thought we were going to really expand and kind of go in interesting different directions, but it doesn't really expand that much. And I'm like, again, I'm trying not to be to do spoilers, but I was just expecting a little bit more of an advancement in different type of creatures and different things we would see, and it doesn't feel like they really cared about making creatively, like creating new species. But according to them, there's a lot more species out there, so I'm interested to see how they would make all of these species kind of come true. But I honestly think that I'm just gonna say I don't think a third one will happen. All right, that's just my prediction. And too much comic relief, you know. I'm all for comic relief. I'm all for letting the audience breathe. But when you have 4 or 5 comic relief characters, it just gets annoying.
Hey.
Hey now.
You're a rock star.
Yes.
All right.
Get your game on.
If you haven't seen our review for the
Free
Shallows,
State of Jones.
Free State of Jones, and also the Shallows.
Shallows will be up tomorrow. So if you see this and it's Friday, Shallows should be coming out Friday night. Fortunately, this week was kind of crazy, because they scheduled the screening for Free State of Jones and Shallow on the same night, and then they actually did not screen Independence Day Resurgence. So I had to pick this as Shallows, and I felt like this would be the right way to go. And then tomorrow we'll do Shallows and we'll review that, because I'm actually doing Shark Week this week on my 365-day movie challenge. Watched 3 shark films already, so I'm interested to see the Shallows, and hope that's, because shark movies they all fall to the hype of Jaws. And I'm assuming Shallows are going to do the same, but...
Let's see if this one can get a bite out of you.
Ooh, you should have saved that for the video. We'll remember that for the video tomorrow. Anyway, go check out our review for Free State of Jones, my interview with the cast of Independence Day Resurgence, my week recap, last week, week 24, recapped everything going on. What else we got going? Free State of Jones review.
You're the man.
Thank you.
And chasingcinema.com.
Film Lovers website.